Howdy. So, today I have a laptop for repair. It's, apparently it's overheating and switching off when gaming. So, I've spent half an hour just trying to get the thing to start. It's a little bit unhappy, so I'll go through after I've sorted the heat problem and find out just how much stuff is starting at startup, because I'm pretty sure the answer to that is too much. So I've grabbed a copy of Core Temp to watch the CPU cores and Prime 95 to stress it. Basically, it's coming within... It's idling at 78 degrees. And the maximum temperature reading I've got so far is within 15 degrees of TJ max, which is about the point where the chip starts to self-destructible turn off when it hits that point. I'm just going to see what happens when it goes under load. You know what, just torture it that way. I just want to see how hot it gets. 79. Oh, this isn't heating it up too bad. Actually, I think Core Temp has simply stopped responding. It may actually be getting hotter, I do not know. Core Temp appears to have crashed. It appears to be doing a bit of paging to the disk, or something is slamming the disk. I don't think it should be Prime 95. I think this thing is upset. It's an i5 with Windows 7 32-bit and 2GB RAM, and at the moment I think it's just running Windows Angry. Oh, a little bit of response. I have a mouse. I have no idea how hot it's running. I'll just hit stop and see if Core Temp comes back to life. Okay, 70 degrees, 60 degrees, okay. Yep, so some setting here. Let's do a benchmark. 79. It's staying in the 70s. Oh, 80. Oh, it's not heating it up that much. But it's also not under a high amount of load. It's only under 30% load. Okay, that did not make any difference. Let's stress it that way. Again, it's barely putting it under load. It appears that it's just not taking advantage of multi-threaded. Oh, but we are getting hotter this time. 83, 84, 85, 87. Yeah, this time it's getting hot. Now, if I fire up another copy, I can probably... Okay, so we'll slam this one on CPU 0. We'll fire up a second copy. Oh, will it let me? No. That core's getting hot. So if you slam both cores, I think it'll overheat. So I'll pull it apart and check how good the cooling is. Okay, so that fairly instant moment of cut for you was about 30 minutes of pain for me. This has to be one of the most unpleasant laptops I've ever had to disassemble. So now, this heatsink, however, after half an hour is still quite hot. So let's pop it off and just have a look at the condition of the goo. Yeah, put some new goo on that and I'll reassemble it all, I guess. It's the condition. Doesn't appear to be too much dust in there. Nope, there's some dust in there. Okay, well, I'll clean all that up, put it all back together, and we'll see how it goes. So, in my cleaning up, this is the CPU, if the camera will focus on it. I'll do it by hand. This way. I'll go back to auto. It should be able to achieve this. There we go. So I've cleaned all the goo off the top. Not much I can do about what's around it. It's very odd stuff. It's I can't see HP having originally used this. Ditto for the GPU. It's quite gunky and it's got this funny pattern. But it has evidently gotten hot at some point. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. No, the camera says no. I'll try anyway. That's the best I can do, but this faint line here is the NVIDIA logo. Just casually branded into the copper. Anyway, I'll keep cleaning it up and see if I can get it back together. Right, well, after putting it all back together, when I put the heatsink in, I think I blew... It was completely clogged up with dust as well. Like, there was nowhere for air to flow. So now that I've done that and put it all back together, it is now idling at 30 degrees, not 70. That makes quite a difference. So, we will blast it again and see if the core stays low. It's a lot quicker now too. It's not hitting thermal throttling as it's trying to boot up, which means it now boots a lot faster, so I probably don't need to do anything else with it. It was just horribly slow before because the CPU was getting so hot the thing was throttling itself and it was not running anywhere near full speed. Right, this time under stress it's only hitting 58 degrees. That's just a little bit less than it locked up degrees it hit before. I think it's happier. I think I might actually be able to call this fixed. On a scale of 1 to never again, I would rate a HP DV6 repair as never again. That was not fun. It is incredibly difficult to get to that particular section of the laptop. The whole thing has to come apart. And I did manage to put it together with no leftover screws, which is new. Never achieved that one before. Anyway, it's a lot happier now, so hopefully it will stay happier. I shall return it, and there shall be many happies had, I would hope. Thanks for watching.